So we're going to record this, and we're going to start with breathing. And with breath, we're going to work on inhale, exhale, and what's happening with the sides of the body. So we're going to start on our backs, and as we breathe, we're focusing in with the hands on, there's a little part of the hip. You can kind of see the top of this bone right here. So if I push down, there's my hip bone, and above it is my rib cage. So in between that space is where I want your hand. And I'm going to lay back. I'm going to go sideways so you're going to be able to see it a little bit easier. My hands are right in that crease. And as I'm doing this, I'm going to inhale. I'm going to exhale. And as I do that, I want you just to feel the relationship of your stomach and your back. You have your back on the ground, your stomach raising up, and then coming down. So that diaphragmatic breathing, just coordinating your breathing. So as we're doing this, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now add an arch on the inhale. Relax on the exhale. Inhale, arch. Exhale, relax. Inhale, arch. Exhale, relax. Inhale, arch. Exhale, relax. Good. Now as we're doing this, I want you to inhale. And then I just want you to rock from side to side from your hips. And now exhale. And still rock side to side. Inhale. Rocking side to side. Exhale. Rocking side to side. I'm going to change my view so you can see what I'm doing here. My knees are bent, but I'm going to lower. So basically, I'm just shifting my pelvis slightly side to side to feel the difference of how one side's moving up and one side's moving down. Let me tilt the camera down even more so you can see it a little bit better. And we're going to start that again. Inhale. Rock side to side slowly. Exhale. Now as you're doing this, notice, does one side feel easier to hike the hip on? As I hike the hip on the left, and I hike the hip on the right, my left feels like it just doesn't go as far. And I'm just noticing that right now. I'm not forcing the breath, I'm naturally breathing when I need to, so the breath isn't coordinated with the motion. It's completely separate. Now I'm relaxing it. Now from here, I'm going to go to the side. I'm going to do the same thing, supporting my head with my arm. My hand is on my hip. And all I'm doing is I'm doing this micro hip hike. I'm bringing it down, and I'm bringing it up. I'm bringing it down, bringing it up. And again, the breath is completely uncoordinated with my hip hiking. Hip hike, hip low. Hip hike, hip low. Hip hike, hip low. Make sure that it feels okay. If you go really hard in a hike, sometimes that can disrupt how the abs in the back feel. So do it nice and slow and controlled. And again, do it with aside from the breath. So the breath is its own thing. So I'm inhaling. Exhaling. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. if you notice, because I'm on my right side, the floor itself is pushing me already into side bend to my left. So if I had something underneath my stomach, I could be almost level, but because I'm pushed up by the floor, I'm already in the side bend. So this side, when I was on my back, was difficult. But now it's kind of easy. It feels actually a little bit easier than it did before. And again, my breathing is separate. Now it's getting more difficult, so it's running out of steam. So my endurance on this side is way less in this position. And then relax it. Now I'm doing the same thing on my stomach, except my hands are going to be supporting here rather than on my pelvis. We're only going to go one side at a time. Instead of rocking back and forth, I'm only going to try to hip hike to one side to see if it's easy, and then I'm going to go to the other side. So I'm going to hip hike on my left side, which is right here, and feel how that hip goes towards my rib cage. And I'm going to, again, focus on the inhale, exhale, separate from the motion. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Okay, let's try the other side. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now, I'm going to do the same thing as seated. I'm just going to put my hands right in that, right above my hips. And I'm just going to feel how one side hip hikes. Like I'm trying to pull my hip up to the rib cage rather than rock to my left hip. I'm trying to pull my right hip up to my rib cage. If you need your right hand to support on the ground and your left hand to be on your hip to do that, so your hand actually gives you a little help, that's okay too. You just want to feel how these muscles on the left side or the right side of your body contract to hip hike that right side, rather than just shifting your weight. Okay, let's try the other side. And this side, it is really hard to facilitate a contraction. Like I can feel that my entire rib cage is having trouble. I almost have to arch a little bit in order to squeeze up, and then my leg wants to take over. So in the seated position, it's pretty darn tough. It's hard to contract. Okay, let's try this standing now. Find something to support yourself with. I'm going to use the wall behind me because I have a cool wall. Because I have this cool wall right here. And I'm going to switch my camera up because you can't see me. Well, you can, but my head's cut off. Everyone wants to see my head cut off. Damn, you guys are savages. Okay. So from here, I'm holding on to something. You can hold on a wall or whatnot. Whatever hand is holding on is the side that's going to hip hike. If you do the same side, I have a tendency to want to like go back and forth. If it's the same side that comes up off the ground, it almost wants to align myself on this weight-bearing leg rather than teeter-totter. So I'm going to pull up. So my left hand is on my right rib cage. My right hand is keeping my balance. And I'm going to pull my hip towards my rib cage, feeling the anchor leg push into the ground as the other side lifts up. Now coordinate this and then introduce the breathing, where I'm breathing in and then exhale. Breathe in and exhale. I'm just going to shift over here because it's easier, right? Got these two nice barriers set up. Must have done that on purpose, huh? So now, hand across towards my left side, left hand anchored. I'm slowly going to try to drive up. Oh, caught me. Right foot down, left leg comes up. Reverse that, right? So up. Left leg comes up towards the left rib cage. Trying to keep the torso in one spot. Feeling the right leg drive down as the left hip comes up. I'm watching out for going to the side. I'm trying to just raise up. If I raise up, my leg here almost feels like it's going in because it's dangling. And I should feel all of my abdomen on the oblique side, and maybe a couple of back muscles and ab muscles, maybe some hip muscles working, especially on the anchor leg. The right leg's working hard to push into the ground as my left hip is coming up, or the ilium, right, this top part of the hip bone is coming up with the pelvis rather than the thigh. I'm worried more about the hip itself. Two more. And let it relax. Okay, so we went through all of our different hip hikes, and there's really only two questions that I have for you. It's number one, which side seemed to be more difficult is number one. And then number two, what position did you notice that it was the hardest to control and at the same time felt okay? Right, so those are the two questions that we're going to ask for hip hiking. So if you're on your side, or if you're on your back, or you're on your stomach, chances are those are the positions that are going to be the easiest on the system, but it may be in seated, it may be in standing. So who here had the position that felt the best while they were on the ground, like on the back or your side or your stomach? Did anyone have back or side or stomach that felt the easiest or the hardest, I mean? Okay, so, all right. What I want you to do is I want you to go to the side that was the hardest, right? I want you to go to the side that was the most difficult, and I want you to get in that position, and we'll do the time together, but we'll probably all be in different positions. So, and that's what I'm really looking for. So notice which position was the most difficult, and we'll do our hip hiking from there at about 15% of our ability, okay? I'm gonna do it from my back. So And just stay with my timing. So as we're here, relax everything, and we're gonna do a light hip hike on the side. That feels difficult to control, and I want you to really focus on pulling from the abdominals and the back muscles. So from here, 15%, and squeeze and relax, 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 squeeze and relax, squeeze and relax, and squeeze and relax. Cool. Now, here comes the fun part. So as I'm doing this, I'm going to want to push everything in a certain direction. So if you're on your side, we're going to use that hip hike with some side benders. So Michael, when you're on your side, like this, and you're already hip hike, then we're going to try to push both legs up in the air very lightly, and then you're going to relax it, hip hike, and try to lift both legs off the ground and relax. So we're doing it at 25%, then we'll go to, or 20% to 40% to 60% to 80% to 100%. So if you're on your back, I want you to find a wall. And if on your stomach, find a wall. If you're seated or standing, then it's just going to be some more of the same of how we're coming up, because we don't really have any resistance for you right now. So on your side, let's see, which ones are on your side? Okay, all on your side, cool. So what we're going to do, we're on the side, we'll look like this. I'm going to try to lift both legs after I've hip hiked. So in that case, you should feel a lot of contraction from the side. So again, start very, very light, okay? So we're here. I'm going to do it from the other side because that was the weak side for me. Otherwise, I'd be fueling my imbalance. So hip hike, and lightly push up with 20% and relax. Hip hike, 40%. And relax. Hip hike, 60%. And relax. Hip hike, 80%. And relax. And all relax. And all fall. Hip hike. Now drive it up to 100%. And relax. Let all fall. One more time. Hip hike. Raise up 100%. And relax. Really good. All right. I'm going to shake it out a little bit. Make sure it feels okay. We're going to do some lowerings from that side bend position in a second. And when we go through it, hopefully everyone's doing okay. As we go through this next piece, it's going to be how you lower your legs. So we start in a bent leg position, and then we're going to straighten the legs and lower. And this will take some coordination, some timing. So as we're doing this, it looks like this. I'm going to bend both knees. I'm going to push them out and lower. Bend both knees, push them out and lower. Bend both knees, push them out, and lower. So all this gets engaged, but I limit the distance from here to my feet. So I keep myself from overworking. So let's give that a shot. So from here, bend both knees, reach up and out, and lower. Good. Bend both knees, relax a second, reach it out, and lower. Relax. Bend both knees, reach it out, and lower. Relax. Bend both knees, reach it out, and lower. And one more. Bend both knees, reach it up, and lower. Cool. So it's a little different approach to this. And from here, you can really feel how your hip height has already changed. If you want to check out how it feels standing, it's going to feel even smoother. Now I have full control over my abdomen. You can feel all those muscles contracting where I had difficulty before. Let's try the other side, see if it feels similar. Really cool. Now that we've done that, here comes the biggest test. The biggest test is going to be your holds. So right now we're going to do a side plank. Make sure that your shoulder feels okay with this. You can do this from the hand or you can do it from the elbow. Shoulder security is a big part of this. And you can go from your feet or from your knees, whatever you feel secure and capable of. I'm going to go for my knee because this is a little difficult, right? So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to go on my left side because that's what's going to squeeze up out of this. And then we're going to hit the other side because it's controlling it down, which I feel the side that we're focusing on before to work, I want to try to shorten that side. And that's why I'm starting with this. So from here, I'm going to have my body in a straight line. So my body front to back looks like this. So I'm straight line, my knees are bent. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring myself up to hold, and I'm going to squeeze at hip height where I was before. I'm going to let it out slightly, and then squeeze back here. Let it down slightly, and squeeze back here. Let it down slightly, squeeze back up. Let it down slightly, squeeze back up. Let it down slightly, squeeze back up. Let it down slightly, squeeze up. Let it down slightly, squeeze up. Let it down slightly and squeeze up, and then relax. I'm going to try this on the other side. So up, I'm going to feel all this. I put my hand right on those muscles, just so I have an extra sensor. And I'm going to slowly come down, up. It's almost like I'm letting myself down at a diagonal, and then up this way, down this way, up that way, instead of this way. In towards the elbow, out away from the elbow. In towards the elbow, away from the elbow. towards the elbow, away from the elbow, towards the elbow, and away from the elbow, and relax. Relax. Now that we did that exercise, again, let's see how the hip hikes. This should be an interesting carryover. And that's moving even better now. A completely hip hike. It's smooth. And it feels balanced. Let's try the other side. It's crazy to see the difference of just seeing what needs a little help. Cool. All right, everybody. Fantastic. You survived hip hiking. You survived. You're the survivors. Good job today, guys. Make sure that you get a chance to jot down what you noticed today. That process of that light journaling, like what Musa did the other day, I think is very powerful, and I think that is fabulous, absolutely fantastic. So as we move forward with dialing in how these exercises make your body feel, you have also a way to be able to help me understand what you're experiencing as well, which helps out a lot. So thank you guys for doing that, and I'll stop the recording.